Hello, and welcome to lesson 4 on brain development. And more specifically, we are at the moment looking at Piaget's cognitive development. So it's lesson 4 on brain development, and we're looking at Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Last lesson, we looked at we looked at 3 stages. We're going to look at the 4th stage today, which is the formal operational stage. We're then going to look at evaluating Piaget's theory and to see whether is it any blimmin' good? So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Can I also urge you please to go on to show my homework, use page 54, 55, and you'll find a text version of this. And I'd like you please to do all the activities, copy the key terms, and also finally, could you make keynotes basically on the narrative that I'm going to deliver to you. So Piaget's stage 4, which is the formal operational stage, which is the stage that you, I hope, are in because it is 11 plus. And Piaget believed that the main feature of the formal operational stage is that children can solve problems in a systematic way. Children were given different lengths of string and a number of weights that could be attached to the string. The child's task was this: it was to investigate what factors affected how fast a pendulum even would swing. The child had to vary the lengths of string and the number of weights attached. So you see the predicament. They had a weight, lengths of string, and they had to see how fast they could get the pendulum to swing. Now, Piaget found that children under the age of 11 would attempt to change both the weight and the length simultaneously. Obviously, changing more than one variable at a time, it almost became impossible to determine which variable was responsible for the shift in speed of the weight on the end of the string. However, after the age of 11, children would solve the problem systematically. For example, they would keep the length of the string exactly the same in the first instant, while they change the weight in turn from the lightest to the heaviest. Therefore, Piaget concluded that a main feature of this stage was that children could solve problems systematically. Children also at this stage, it's worth saying, have the ability to hypothesize, predict future events. They have the ability to philosophize. So essentially there is a higher level of cognition. So what was the role of Piaget's theory in education? Well, Piaget believed that a child's intelligence develops from discovering things for themselves. He said that children need to explore objects and situations to learn about them. Piaget also said that children had to be ready to learn and that they would only gain new concepts if they were at the right stage of development for what they were learning. So by implication, what you could not get, for example, children that were in, let's say, for example, the pre-operational stage, which is 2 to 7, you could not get them doing a scientific investigation about the one that Piaget just mentioned, with regards to the string and the weights, etc., because they would just mess it up. Also, to perhaps teach philosophy, where there are very abstract concepts to a child in this same pre-operational stage. It's not because they possibly wouldn't be intelligent enough. They just haven't developed, not in the right cognitive stage. Now, applying Piaget's theory to education, the teachers should take a readiness approach. So in other words, they need to present opportunities for the child to learn new concepts, and only when they are at the right stage of intelligence and development, or intellectual development, are they ready to learn? So teachers should take age absolutely into consideration before they deliver new concepts and ask themselves a question: are they ready for this? Children should be taught in a child-centered way. The teacher should provide the material and allow the child to discover the answer to the problem for themselves. And finally, teaching material for science and maths should consider consists of actual objects. So, for example, when you are in right up until the concrete operational stage, you should be using blocks, for example, to assist a child with maths, because up until the formal stage, they just have not lacked the ability to hypothesize. Finally, we get to the evaluation of Piaget's theory of cognitive development. There have been criticisms from, for example, McGarrigle and Donaldson that did a study called the Naughty Teddy study, which we will get to. And they believe actually with the Naughty Teddy study that children have the ability to conserve at a much younger age than what Piaget gave children credit for. Remember, Piaget believed that the children have the ability to conserve at the concrete operational stage. McGarrigle and Hughes disagreed with this. The counter thing that he did, he believed actually McGarrigle and Donaldson believed actually that children could probably do this, or definitely do this, in the pre-operational stage 2 to 7. Secondly, there was a psychologist called Hughes, and Hughes criticised again Piaget and said that actually that children have lose egocentricity at a much younger age than the pre-operational stage, and he did this through a study called the policeman doll study, and he asked children to essentially hide their doll away from the policeman fit doll so that it could not be seen. Children at the age of 2.5 were really quite successful at doing this, which would indicate quite strongly that actually children can do lose egocentricity at a much younger stage than what Piaget was alluding to. Guys, good luck.